Good morning. This is a demo of Evolution, the new browser-based dealer management software provided by Automaster Systems. I'm going to take you through just a very quick general overview of Automaster. And the first thing that comes up when you hit amsnow.com is a login. This will be assigned by a technician at Automaster. Once you log in, you'll notice that there's a couple of things that pop up immediately. First, you're going to be taken into the dashboard. This is a dashboard item that's going to show you some aging buckets. And then also on the left-hand side, you have the menu options. You'll have sales and inventory, collection, service, reports, and tools. At any time, you can always log out of the system. Up here on the left-hand side, just hit the Evolution logo, and that'll log you out. You also have a help option on the question mark that will take you into our online help system that breaks out the different modules and the categories, so you can go in and search different FAQs or frequently asked questions. I'm going to first start with the inventory side. Click on the inventory side. You'll be broken into a new dashboard item here. This is the number of vehicles that is by location, and these will change based on the location names or codes that you have associated in your database. You'll also see an aging bucket of inventory, 30, 60, 90, 90 plus, and then the types of vehicles that you'll see. If I highlight over, you'll see the different types of vehicles as well as a count of each one of those. Now, you also see items up here at the very top of new vehicle, vehicle inventory, and book values. I'll start on the new vehicle option. New vehicle is for you the ability to enter in a new vehicle and write through the wizard based on the VIN decoder. Once you type in the VIN, that will decode your VIN and populate and go through the wizard. So I'm going to pick a vehicle VIN here real quick, just copy one from our database. Click on new vehicle. I'm going to right click and paste that VIN in, and then I'm going to hit the decode VIN button. That's going to go out to our Edmunds.com VIN decoder, fires off live through their website, and it's going to fill in as much as you can based on the VIN. So you'll see down here it's filled in the make, model, the year, and the style, and then it pops up with exterior and interior colors. We have both the manufacturer colors as well as basic colors. So if you want to pick different basic colors versus the individual manufacturing colors, you can. And then same with the interior color. You hit continue, and that's going to pop you into, again, any manufacturing codes or options that are listed on the manufacturer there, and you can select as many as you like there and hit finish. That's going to decode as much information as the VIN decoder gives us back. So you'll notice your make and model, drive type, engine information as far as the engine size, the number of cylinders, horsepower, and also transmission. So that's very useful to have with your marketing side of things on your website. Location is the different locations that you'll have within the system, so you can select the different locations. Again, that's going to be filtered down by your company settings if you have more than one location. Statuses, again, user defined through the database side, where you can add as many statuses. These are our typical standard statuses. Obviously, it's an unsold vehicle, so we're doing a status of available. You'll notice that the other red highlighted items are going to be the required fields and physical location. Again, this is a database-driven option for you. Purchase from, this will be a list of providers that you have from your accounting system. You can add those manually as well. Purchase date will default to today's date in the calendar, but you can back it up by month, day, year, etc. So if you purchased this a while ago, you can do that or just hit the today button. Purchase price is the purchase price or the base value, no recon, no travel expenses, etc. We'll add those later. So I'm just going to put in here $48.50 as a purchase price. We're going to sell this for $9,995, and we're going to ask for a $1,000 down payment. Keeping on with the screen here, you've got additional options. You can add in, power windows, power locks, etc., and add that into the list. Again, this is nice for your marketing side of things for your website. Different GPS types that you can, if you're using multiple GPS types, you can type those in. Title number information memo is any notes that you want to put on the vehicle. So one owner, cream puff. And then you go ahead and add that vehicle. Once you add the vehicle, that's going to go out and create the database record. It's going to take you into the first data screen that you'll notice that you'll have a list of sub-items, and we've pulled all the details off of that wizard or off that VIN decoder. So this is going to give you, again, all the basic information, engine, and all the things that the VIN decoder pulled in. You'll also have the ability to pull up NADA. Right now I have not pulled one in, so we'll go ahead and click on that. That will go out to the NADA website, pull up the current book value. If you do want to select the older book value, you can pick a different month. So that's up to you, and you'll see it refresh on the fly here. Once you have that, you'll have additional options that you can select that are driving the NADA guide values. You hit the Get Values button, and that will show you the book values for that specific VIN, again, showing you the rough, average, and clean trade-in, the loan value, and the clean retail. You are optioned to pull new ones as well as print that book out sheet as well. So if you print that book out sheet, you'll notice it pops up on your browser here to pull that information in. So that way you can have all the options that were selected in the base values for your recording. And then just hit print. Okay. We're going to go back to the details here, and this is going to pull you back into the vehicle information here. A couple other big things that you'll notice is we have a check recalls. This will pull up and preload the VIN decoder, the VIN number I should say, directly into the system, and that does the safercar.gov website. So that allows you to pull any open recalls that may or may not be on that vehicle. Following the different pieces here, you can add different terms. So expenses, this is where you're going to add any expenses to the actual car. So, if this is a get-ready item, let's say it's $150 to clean it, and you can put in different vendors, different expense types. So in this case, it's a recon item. Service code, again, all user-defined, so you can put in different pieces there, and then save that expense off. That expense is going to be created a record in detail. Obviously, if you have 10, 15, 100 items that you've added to that expense item, you'll have that information go in through, and it'll start increasing the cost accordingly to the system. Pictures is a way for you to upload pictures directly into your website and into the Evolution system. You can store as many pictures as you like. You can just click Add Images and then choose Files, and that will give you a drop down on all the pictures that you want to add to the system. Once you upload all those, they'll upload in batch accordingly. So if you're adding 10 or 15 or 30 pictures at a time, you can hit the Upload All button instead of uploading one individual picture at a time. Next item in the list is your Forms option. This is the ability for you to go into the forms and print out buyer's guides or any other documents that you want. So if you do print out a buyer's guide, you can pull that up. It'll preload the information directly into the PDF, and then you can print that out with your browser. So again, if you're printing that as is, buyer's guide, warranty sticker. Notes on the system, you can add notes directly into the system on that vehicle. You can add as many notes as you like. So again, the one owner, that information that we typed in before, any other notes as far as, pulls right, check information on the car, those types of things, and you can save that memo directly to the note record of that inventory piece. Moving information, this is if you're moving it from a sale location or a physical location. If you have a multiple lot operation, you can move that location from location to location for accounting purposes as well as reporting, and also physical location. So if you're moving that from a back lot to a sales lot, or it's moving from vendor to vendor, you have the ability to log that information in. History is just a real quick history information, so it shows you the date and time and the user that added different options. So option was added, vehicle costs were added, transmission added to the vehicle, those types of things were all done to this vehicle, and we keep a logging record of that. Sample terms is for any window stickers. Again, this is a very quick payment calculator. You'll notice that it's already pulled in the price and the down payment based on the inventory record, and then you can modify the terms accordingly. So if this is going to be a 42-month at, let's say, 20%, you can calculate that new payment. It'll update the payment record so that you can print that out on the system. So that's the inventory record. If you need to edit any information after the wizard, you can go into the edit button, modify anything that you need to do. So again, very quick, very easy to enter in a vehicle, keep track of all your expenses, and keep that in the inventory side. Now the other pieces with the inventory is your search inventory. We have two views, card view and a list view. Card view is going to give you pictures with the information. List view is going to be the actual detail record, so you'll see all the detail records. Keeping in mind that you can header click on any of this information at the top here, and that will resort the vehicle accordingly based on the stock number, statuses, etc. You also have the ability to filter out your inventory, so you'll see things in here to filter this list by VIN number, year, make, and model, price ranges, statuses, locations, and colors. So again, as you're filtering these results, you'll be able to add these and modify these accordingly so that you can have that information on the system. Last but not least, on the Inventory Center is a book values. This is used for non-stock vehicles, so if you're at an auction, if you're on your phone, you can drill down all the way into a phone view, and we can minimize that all the way down so that you're looking at like you're on a phone. Be able to pick the region, copy and paste the VIN number in, put the mileage in, and that will go out and grab the NADA values based on the book value that you typed in, or the VIN. So you'll notice here that it'll pull up the year, make, and model, any accessories. So again, if you're adding dollar amounts or anything onto that, you can go in and get a book value very quickly on those retail values. So that's our Inventory Center. I'm going to pop over into the Sales side next. The Sales Center is where you type in all the applications. Biggest thing with Evolution that we did is we actually wanted to make sure that how you start an application changes from dealer to dealer or organization. And so we want to be able to start an application how you guys start it. So that could be just a credit application, which is just a new application. That could be entering and starting a quick quote. And so you're actually pulling up the information from the customer, getting some basic terms, and then adding the application. And then also adding the car at any point in time of that quote as well. So you can actually quote the whole deal out and then pick the car that you want without changing all the terms. I'm going to start with a new application for this purpose. You'll notice on the sales side that we show you the first 10 entries. You can filter this list based on the status of the application as well. So if we want to go and just show approved applications, you'll see my list drop down here. If we just do open, you'll see the open, but if you clear it out, it'll pull all the statuses in for you. When we click on new application, this is going to again start you with a wizard. This is where we're going to start the buyer application information. So we're going to type in just first name, middle name, last name, etc. Suffix for buyer and paperwork printout, Social Security number. Again, you have the ability to enter that in. Driver's license, states, the county. Birth date on there, again, you can type that in or you can just pick the date accordingly. Preferred language, again, you can add these to the drop-down list of different languages. The phone number, do not call and do not text and set preferred. If you just have one phone number in the system, we automatically set the preferred. However, if you're adding a phone number on the fly, you're adding a work number, a home phone, etc., you can put that information in accordingly and then set that as preferred if you want as well. You'll also notice that we only have the ability to text the cell phone information in the system. Email address, again, you're able to type in the email address information and again, the do not text or email. Address information, this is the address of the customer. We do integrate directly with Google Maps. So when you type in the actual address, it'll pull up the address based on the Google Maps dropdown. This is a nice way to enter in the data and making sure that it's consistent and accurate. It's also a nice way to validate that the address is an actual address that Google Maps is pulling up. Again, start date here, you can go back a couple months. You can actually type in the date if you want. Once you save that buyer application information, that's going to go out to the database, log everything as a new applicant, assign a new applicant number. The rest of the wizard information is all based on if you want to fill it out or not. Again, if you're going to be filling out an entire credit app, most likely you're going to fill out primary, secondary, previous addresses, those types of things. References, you can add up to 99 references per application. Insurance information, again, if you're adding insurance into the system, the providers, again, that is a drop-down. You can't add new providers and new agents on the fly. So that way you can just pick from a list of commonly used insurance information. Last but not least, we have customer matches. This is going to go out and look for the key information. So name, address, city, state, and zip, email and phone number and date of birth. If it finds a partial match, one of these fields match, then it'll show up on the list and you can merge that information in. In this case, I've added a brand new Evo application. It's not even a customer or an applicant before, so we're going to hit the new customer button. That's going to take everything that I've added into the system previously on that wizard and add that directly into the application side. So a couple things that we do here. Again, you'll see application status. You'll see the location that it's assigned. Application numbers automatically incremented. Sales log date is today's date because that's when I've started to enter that application in. Now, the different tabs that you have here are going to flow to how you do the deal. If you're doing buyer information, obviously we've entered all that in the wizard. If you're adding co-buyers to the system, you can add a brand new co-buyer, or you can select one that's been previously entered into the system before. The rest of the fields here are, again, whatever order you need to flow into. Some of our guys are going right into the quotes. Some are going into forms and printing out the application. Some are going in and pulling a bureau first. So again, all that information can be pulled accordingly. When you pull a bureau, we do integrate with 700 credit. That information can pull any of the 3 credit bureaus. Again, we do the fact checks, the red flag rules, information with 700 credit, and other key items that allow you to validate that that customer is a real customer in the system, as well as the regular bureau line trade information. If we go on to there, then we can go into the quote. Obviously, this is a brand new application, so we're going to add a quote onto the deal. Once we go into the quote, this is going to get you into the quoter screen, and this is driven by, powered by Carlton Financial. This is where all of our calculations come from, all of our state tax laws, Reg Z, all of our installment contract types as far as, if you're doing an installment type, a single payment loan, which is like a cash deal, or a balloon payment, which is the final at the end. All this information is going to be driven off of that quoting side. Now, with our dealers, we know that you guys do different types of loan classes or different types of deals, mainly, buy here, pay here deals, outside finance deals, cash deals, wholesale deals, etc. And we try to format those loan classes to make it easier on the operator and the employee typing in the deal. So if you do have a cash deal, you just select the loan class of cash deal. It'll default things like no APR, one payment amount, those types of things. If you're doing a buy here, pay here, or a finance deal, that's going to preload some presets in for us. That's part of our install process. So we're going to ask you, like, what's your default APR, what's your default terms, what are your default fees for the deal, etc. So as I'm looking at this information here, I see the quotes. Again, I've pulled in the basic presets that we have here. I've started an application, so that application is tied to the quote, but I've not selected the vehicle yet. So I can go into here and start making modifications. I can change, term amounts. I can change different APRs. And as you update the information, that's going to go out to the database, recalculate, and bring back the information. So you'll see things like changing down payment, changing terms, again, according to that. You'll also see here there's summary information on things like fees, taxes, trade allowance. These are shortcut keys. Again, we try to keep the quoter as clean as possible, but you do have the ability to drill down into those numbers, and that's where these tabs up here are. So if I click on fees, you'll notice things that are set up, and that changes with each dealership. Every company that we set up has different fees and customizable fees, so you'll have different fees that are categorized by back-end and front-end fees, etc. You also notice taxes as well. Those taxes can be driven off of the tax rate to calculate the correct dollar amounts going through the system. Now, we do have different pay frequencies, semi-monthly, monthly, bi-weekly, and weekly deals. We do have a couple other options as well as far as semi-annual. It's less common, but it is available for you. We also have a roll payment feature. This allows you to roll the payment. So if this customer is looking at a $600 monthly fee, we can roll that amount to the down payment, to the price of the car, to the interest rate, etc. In this case, I'll pick cash down. You'll see my $1,500 increase up to $3,663 to make that payment roll to the $600. So that's a good feature for, when you're desking deals to have that information. Now, the rest of the deals that you have here, again, if you're doing deferred downs, we support up to 6 deferred downs. Again, a lot of that depends on the contracts that you're printing out. Fees, taxes, again, I showed you that. Adding trade-ins on the vehicle. Insurance information if you're using CPI. Again, collateral protection coverage. A lot of our insurance companies, or buy here, pay here companies, I should say, use that type of force place insurance or coverage. We also have preloaded rates in from your companies as far as gap, credit life, disability, and involuntary employment. So if you are selling any of those add-on features, we can preload those rates directly in the system, so that way your premiums are always on par with the numbers. Service contract, this is a warranty. It's not a warranty, it's a service contract. A lot of people call it a warranty, but this is an add-on item that you sell in the F&I side. Again, if you have multiple companies that you select from or multiple service contracts, you can put that information in here, fill in the policy number, save that contract. That will go out to a database again and pull in all the premiums based on the service contract that you've entered into the system. The last three are more for management side as far as printing documents. Recap is your sales recap sheet, so this is going to give you information on the deal, the financing terms, the profit side. Commissions are all based on employee commissions, so again, you pick the employee, type in the dollar amount that you're paying commissions on it for your payroll and for your reporting purposes and profit side. On the documents, all of our documents are set up on a doc set, so you'll have a different company with the doc set. Again, I'm using preloaded demo data, so you would only see your company in there. Once you've selected your doc set, we're going to preload the forms in that you've set up within the install of the system. We order these for you, so you can select different pieces here. If I just want to print out one or two documents, I can select one or two. We can preset these items as well, so that way you're creating that doc set. So if you do have a different lender, we can preload those documents in the system based on the lender. And then once you download that document, you can hit download. That will actually go out, merge all the data into the PDF, and compile that whole download set. Obviously, depending on how big your documents are and how many forms you're running is going to drive on how many documents that you're going to process here. And then this will pull up the information and preload the documents in for application data. Now you'll notice the yellow here, these are our type-in fields or prompting fields. You can fill that information. Again, these are set and locked in stone based on the application and the settings that you set up with our install of what you want your employees to change or not change based on the form types. Okay. And that's on the quoting side. Again, you have the ability to print out a payment schedule, amortization schedule. You can pick different lenders. So if you are using outside finance deals, you have the ability to load as many lenders as you want on the system. Once you're in the application, again, you have the ability to go in, select deposits. This is if you're having cash down. You can actually deposit the money right in here. We'll print a receipt out for you. You have the ability to print out forms. These are forms that are different from the F&I forms. So these are usually preloaded documents that you guys create in PDF. And so these are things like your buyer's guide, your credit apps, and stuff like that that are in the system. And you can add as many of these forms as you like. Okay. A couple other things that we track down over here, notes on the application. You can add as many notes as you like. You can also upload any files, Word documents, Excel files, scanned documents, maybe the test drive form, those types of things. You can upload those and store those directly in your e-filing cabinet. Underwriting is used for the underwriting to go back and forth with your lenders. A lot of our buy here, pay here companies have a RFC or related finance company. That gives you the ability to go in and submit that application to a centralized underwriting, and that underwriting can actually take it and underwrite the deal, create a callback, approve it, deny it, etc. And this is where the sales side is going to drive and get that information back. What's nice about this is when you submit the application to underwriting, it automatically emails the underwriter on the application, so that way you can know exactly who's getting that application in real time of when that came into underwriting. And on the flip side, when that underwriter approves the deal, denies the deal, conditions the deal, etc., that's going to do an automatic real-time email back to the salesman that's assigned to the deal. So that way you always have that communication back and forth when those applications flip back and forth through the system. Last but not least, when everything's printed out, everything's signed on with the customer, you have the ability to post the loan into our collection side. That's where, again, we can automatically assign application numbers and customer numbers, but you do have the ability to override those if you guys have pre-numbered account numbers on the system, 12345-1 or whatever your case may be. So that's the ability for that. And that's the sales side of things. Again, you have the ability to do a quick quote. So this is not even typing in an application. You can just go in and start rolling numbers and rolling the payment amount. So we talked about that earlier. So if you want to go into the cash down and roll the payment, that'll go through and recalculate cash down based on the payment amount. And then you can start a new application. So again, it's really nice and flexible to go through the system on how you want to start the application. Last but not least is the loan search side. That's where you can search the information on the system, so you can look at all the loans that have been posted in the system, as well as customer information. So if you do have existing customers, you can edit their customer information, delete information, find out specific details. So it's a nice customer search in the system as well. Reporting side, we have inventory and application reports. These are our standard reports that are already pre-built. All these applications and inventory reports are preloaded. You'll see them kind of segregated out here. So if I go to the cost of lot days, all of our reports are going to go out to the screen first, and then you can download them into a CSV or PDF format. You also have the ability to filter out this information. So again, if you're looking at certain statuses, certain locations, you can fill this information out accordingly based on the information that you have or what you're looking for. Last but not least is a user-defined security option of all the tools. These are all your presets as far as the accounting chart of accounts, accounting mappings, company information, so all your employees, all your roles, settings, selected forms, customer information. This is on different income periods. So what's really nice about this, if I click on income period, you can add these new features directly into the software, and that immediately updates all your applications going forward. So this is really nice. You don't have to contact support, contact programming to update new fields. Finance terms, inventory terms, sales, and sysadmin. So these are all big pieces that allow you to customize the system exactly what you want to do. We also have things that are standard in the system like inventory exports. These are our export jobs. This allows you to upload your inventory to specific websites, to different CRM products, those types of things. And again, those are scheduled on a scheduled basis. So if you want to send that every minute, every hour, every day, that allows you to upload that inventory accordingly. Really giving you a flexible framework to customize that DMS. What's really nice, again, is your ability to go into here and see that information, populate that data directly in the system. We work with different forms providers, Reynolds and Banker System Forms, Burrell and FIPCO in Wisconsin are our current license agreements that we have available today. What's also really nice is it's all on our servers in the cloud, so there's nothing to install. There's no updates that have to happen periodically by the software support team. All that's going to be done after hours, and we handle all that stuff on a weekly basis for the updates. Again, you have the ability to click on the help button directly in the system at any time and see some pre-recorded videos like this one, as well as specific items on how to do things. So training is a lot easier. And we're really excited about this product. This is our first web-based product that we've had. We've always done Windows or application type products in the past, and this is a web-based product, which is a really nice feature. Couple things that we're going to be adding in the very near future. We're building a complete report builder. It's a complete analytics tool called AMS Analytics that will allow you to build your own reports, schedule them, email them, export them, etc. So that allows you to get that data out of your DMS on the fly. So that's a really nice feature that's going to be coming up, as well as the collection side and the payment side of things. That's going to be scheduled for the end of the summer. So that way you can have the ability to take all your payments and process all your loans if you are doing buy here, pay here directly in the system. Make notes, create promise to pays, text and email your customers, set up automatic recurring payments, those things that you do to manage your receivables. Again, this is Mike Downey from Automaster Systems. Hope you enjoy the Evolution product. It is a brand new system that we just released last November of 2016. Very excited for it. And give us a call today to go through a live demo. We can do a one-on-one demo, and also give us a call to get signed up today. Thank you very much.